Hello viewers, the last video I made was a bit shit, so I thought I'd make a video about college. I'm in college now, and it's really cool. It's not that cool, I'm just trying to make the video that I'm making look cooler, but college is good. It's good. And I am making a video to explain. And I don't know, it's not fucking scripted. I always end up swearing. I don't know why. Maybe I get nervous. I also braided my hair. I thought it looks pretty snazzy, because I'm meant to be going to sleep, but I'm bored, so it's pretty cool. So obviously, a thing that matters a lot about college is getting your grades in secondary school, as we call it in England, like you should. Then again, I guess Americans, like, secondary school is till you're 18, and I'm only currently 16, but I'm in college because that's how England works. But yeah, I don't know, I don't like those people that get really upset when they don't get A stars instead of, you know, they got an A and they don't, they're not happy with it because they got an A star, and that didn't make any sense, let me repeat myself, but I don't like people that cry about getting an A because they didn't get an A star, because doing that, you're just going to let yourself down when you do eventually get your GCSE grades, which is what you get from secondary school. I think, you know, obviously work hard. One of my friends asked me about college, and the advice I gave him was, even if you are doing really well, always have it in your head that you're at about a C or a D grade, so that you can work for it even if you don't really need to. Because when I was doing physics in school, I was really good at it, but because I pretended like I was at those grades, I looked at it more, and I also revised foundation stuff more. Another thing, if you didn't know, there's foundation in higher papers. At least when I did my GCSEs, there was foundation in higher papers. And foundation, kind of simpler, easier stuff, but you could only get a C, and then the higher papers was everything, harder stuff, and obviously you can get A's and A stars. And higher grades in those papers. But yet obviously there's still some foundation stuff, there's still some basic stuff in the higher exams in every subject, so you should always be prepared and revise like you are at that level. Even if you know that you're getting B's and you think, oh well, that's good enough, you should still be prepared, and you should still be thinking, oh well, I could be on a D. And you've also got to keep in mind how, you know, you could be at a B, you could be targeted a B, but on the actual day you don't know whether that paper's going to say, oh well, actually you got a D in it because of you didn't put enough work in, or it was these questions, or it was that question, or it was coursework, which, to be honest, is now going away. You just always have to be prepared and obviously try your hardest. I got into a quite good college, so I'm happy. I didn't actually plan to get into a college this good, so I'm really happy about it. But yeah, obviously try to get your grades. I haven't been in college for that long now, I've only been in there for about 6 weeks, but it's still important, and I'm obviously making this video to try and inform people and give people advice, even though it's not that relevant. It'll be relevant next September, not this September. It's already gone. You know, nobody really needs this advice now. You're either in college or, you know, actually maybe for the year 11s who are rather paranoid and need to think about what they're going to do and what their options are. Ooh, and another thing, if you do get really bad grades, like, I mean really bad, not like, oh, I got all B's, that's terrible. If you got, you know, E's and F's, there is always something for you. Obviously, GCSEs are really important, but the reason that they're so important is that if you get really good GCSEs, you can go to a good college, and if you don't, there's other things for you. You know, there's work programs, or there's BTECs instead of A levels. But yeah, honestly, there's so much to do, and it's just, you know, they're important, but also don't stress yourself, is what I'm trying to say. So in my college, I'm doing English combined, language and lit, so language and literature, A level, an art A level, and psychology A level. They're all quite fun, but again, another topic for me to add to this is whatever subject you're going to do, whether it be science, whether it be maths, whether it be I don't know, any subject. If you're doing it at GCSE level, don't expect that subject to be the same at A level, because it will not be. There might be some aspects when you first join, obviously they're going to try and make the comparison for you so that you enjoy the course more, but don't expect that whatsoever, because it just won't be the case. For example, I'm doing English now, and I thought combined would be, I don't know, to be honest, I was introduced to English combined as 1 year of English language, and then you do those exams, and then English literature the next year. And I didn't know that it was actually just combined. You have to look at texts, and you have to think of both aspects of, right, how can I analyse this in a English language point of view, and how can I analyse this in an English literature point of view. And that goes with any texts we're doing, you know, plays or novels or anything like that. You have to look at them from both aspects. Even, you know, poetry, I suppose. You have to look at it that way, which I wasn't prepared for. Psychology, I didn't do that at GCSE, but apparently it is very, very different in A level. Also, another thing to keep in mind if you are thinking of doing psychology, it is a lot harder than you would think, I suppose. I was introduced again to psychology as just a very, you know, fun subject, maybe talking about phobias or something like that, but you have to remember, you know, case studies, and you know, it is a social science. Could be considered to be a scientific subject. It is quite a hard subject, so you can choose it if you are interested in the brain, but understand that it is quite a large amount of work to take on. And then the art A level, I probably at this point my favourite. I think I've done the most work for art at the moment, but it is probably one of my favourite because, I don't know, it's lovely. There's a lot more annotation involved, but again, if you do art at GCSE, it's even better to do it at A level because it's very freeing and you can do, you know, whatever you want. It's what you desire to do. If you don't want to draw something, you don't have to. You just draw something else. It's quite liberating, to be honest. I also thought this might be helpful. This is my A level sketch pad. I haven't done the title for this page yet. It is quite unfinished, but I'm going to finish it tomorrow. But see, it's a lot of annotation, it's a lot of work, and then, you know, some of the pages we did a bit of collage work. Obviously this is just work to get you into the subject, it's not what we will actually be doing, it's just opening pages to a sketchbook, which is nice. So yeah, we did some collage work and that was nice, and we did some, you know, drawing with line. It's nice to be able to set your pages out how you want to. I'm quite big in, or quite interested in composition of how the piece sets out, so I really like having this sketch pad and being able to put things wherever I want to and lay out however I want to, you know, just, you know, add a bit of paint along the pages, or even this here, it's just a booklet inside the box. Of course it would be stuck when I'm showing a video, of course it would, but you know, this is just a little booklet, and that goes inside that little box that I've already made. But it is really nice to be able to do A-level art. Just a little break in the video because I've actually got a bit of a cold right now. My throat hurts a little bit. I just want to chill. I feel like I am dragging on this video a little bit, which I wasn't actually meant to do. This was only meant to be about a 5-minute video, but you know, let's take a little chill. But yes, I would recommend, if you are interested, to do A-level over BTEC, because of my understanding, at least right now, I think it qualifies more when you're doing jobs. But again, if you do BTEC, I think it's easier to go into jobs. I think I'd only do BTEC if you're absolutely sure that you know what you want to do in the future, you know what job you want to pursue when you're older. Because if you want to, let's say, I don't know, you want to be a builder, and you know that you don't want to do anything else, there's no point doing A-levels. You could just go on to a work course or BTEC and get your, well, obviously, qualifications from there and do jobs from there, and it would be easier to get into them. I'm actually loving these braids right now because I haven't mentioned them. Oh, look how pretty that one is. It's so uniform, but I haven't mentioned them like this much throughout the video, but like, I look like such white trash. Like, look at me. White trash. I got this little snazzy cap. I think we'll do the rest of the video in this little snazzy cap. Don't rain on me. I don't know whether anyone will know who this is, but I've been really listening to a lot of Joji lately, and oh my, is he a great artist. But let's get on with the rest of the video. Oh god, I forget my cap. For most of this video, my forehead has looked absolutely massive because I've got it on the edge of the video, and it looks quite stupid, but, you know, obviously adding a cap, how will that, you know, that's classy. That's educated. Also go to college if you want to lose all sense of will and become just completely and utterly self-deprecating. In a fun way though. That's it. That's the description. Also, what's really helpful, you know, if you have binders, or I don't really know what they're meant to be called. Wait there, I'll go get one. But yeah, if you have these things, you know, just what you put papers in generally, I found it really helpful to have some of these wallets, you know, just you know, paper wallets, whatever you want to call those too, because a lot of work will be going into those big folders or binders, so whatever lessons that you do have, it just saves you carrying around, you know, 3 or 4 of them. If you have paper wallets and you know what you're going to be doing in that lesson, you can take the work out of those massive, you know, loads of work and just carry less. I have to walk about half a mile to get my bus in the morning to go to college, because obviously colleges are a lot further away than secondary schools, and my bag is absolutely massive. It must be about this wide in width. Quite a funny story actually. When I do eventually get to the bus stop, I take my bag off my back and plonk it down on the floor and then use it as a seat, because the bench is already taken up by the time I get there. By the way, that doesn't mean I'm late. I do usually get there about 20 minutes before the bus comes, just in case, because, you know, you can never be too paranoid about something that might actually happen. Like, you might actually miss the bus, and there's only one a day, so I have to be quite careful with that. But I do. I just sit on my bag because there's that many stacks of paper, and I've got my laptop. Ooh, also another tip: it does help if you have a laptop. When you're going to college, I bought one thinking, oh yeah, I'll use it for college, but really just thinking, oh, you know, I'll just use it for whatever I want to. But it does actually really come in helpful if you are going to college to get a laptop, and you know, just be prepared, because it makes things easier and you can do things a lot quicker than probably the other students will be able to. Obviously that's if they don't have a laptop as well. But yeah, it's got so many like stacks of paper in, and like my laptop, and you know, box. I've got like my lunch box and everything, and it's just a seat. That's it. It just becomes a brick basically. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So let's get on to the other topics, because I feel like this video is getting a bit long now. Friends, as you can see here. Obviously, who wouldn't imagine this with friends in college, obviously. But I actually have made some friends now. One of an expectation that you shouldn't have is that you'll just go into college and by the second day have this massive group of 20 friends that are exactly like you, and you know this and know that, and can fit in with your schedule everywhere. Just don't expect that, because I went into college thinking I will make this massive group of friends and, you know, sit in the cafeteria. Honestly, we've got a first year and second year in our college, and then that's it. Other colleges do have a range between obviously 16-year-olds and then whatever age, because you can go back to college, or you know, just do more A levels there, do more courses there, whatever you want to do. But we have a first year and a second year, and obviously because the second year has already been there for a year before us, the cafeteria is completely full. I thought, oh, I'll be sitting on a big table with about 20 friends in the cafeteria. I sit upstairs, but it's fine. Also, if your school has a library or it has spare classrooms to use for lunch or something like that, take advantage of them, because they will come in helpful, especially throughout the year. It'll be nice to have just somewhere to go. So I'd say set that out quite early. But you will, I think, eventually make friends. Perhaps not in your classes. You know, I've made friends from geography or maths, and I don't do those subjects, but you will find friends. Just, I don't know, be yourself, obviously. That's advice that everybody gives. Be yourself and go in, and you'll find someone like you, and then that'll just branch out to a group of friends. It doesn't matter if it's big, it doesn't matter if you do just find one best friend. It'll be nice. And just remember to enjoy those 2 years or more years that you're at college. It's really, really important to enjoy yourself while you're there. So on this, you can't really see it, but I've written hometowns. I'm just kind of trying to wrap up this video now, because I do feel like it's getting a bit, you know, ridiculously long. But yeah, hometowns. You don't realise when you are in secondary school. I mean, at least in England, obviously we complain about everything, but you'll find yourself complaining about how, oh, I can't wait to move away, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do that. But the minute you do go somewhere quite far out for college, you'll realise, you know, if you are going to another city or another part of the country for college, you'll realise just how nice that hometown is, to just feel like you know where everything is, to feel at home. And you don't get that with other places, and you'll find, like, my college is basically in the middle of nowhere. We've got no shops, we've got nothing to go to, and all the food in the college is about £3, so, you know, it's not bad. It's bad, but yeah, just be grateful. And you will be grateful, I think, when you do go to college. When you come back to that hometown, you do become a little bit more grateful. But oh, that's part of growing up, so that's something. People to avoid. Not very nice people. Don't make friends just because they're popular and you want to be popular. That will not work. It will never work. You know, just try and be comfortable with your time at college. And I think this is going to do it for the video, because, oh my goodness, this was meant to be about a 5-minute video, and all I've done is talk about I don't even know what. I'll have to watch it back. But, oh, one last tip. You're going to college with way more people then you went to secondary school with, you know, maybe twice as many people, maybe 4 times as many people, you will catch a cold within that first month, believe me, because you're hanging around with so many different people. You know, all of you basically get sick. It's but you can sympathise. That was bad, but you can relate with other people because of that. So that's again something you could turn into a positive maybe. But this will do it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed my snazzy, very, very white kid style. And you know, this actual video instead of just crappy, you know, 2-minute videos that I've been making lately. And I hope this helped some people. But yeah, okay, that's the end of this video. So I'll see you whenever I decide to do a video next. Okay, bye!